Hey guys, how are we all? So welcome to my Way Tarot. This will be a general reading for all Sagittarius placements. Everything that you need to know about myself, the reading or the channel can be found in the description box below. We're going to use multiple decks of cards for your reading today. We have tarot cards, oracle cards and a few personalised messages that I've created. Please bear in mind that this is a general reading, so with the messages, only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. And please use your own sense of discernment with the messages and not force them to fit with a particular situation. All the decks I'm using are listed in the description box below, and I've done a major shuffle of all the cards so we can pretty much get straight into your reading. Angels of love and light, will please have clear and concise messages for Sagittarius placements. What do they need to know for the current energies, for whenever they come across these timeless tarot messages? What do they need to know, please and thank you? Starting off with the tea leaf and then we'll move into the tarot. So the cards came out very quickly, guys. So very intrigued to find out what's going on. Okay, so we have Sun, happiness and well-being. Beautiful. I do believe we're in Aries season now. So it's the beginning of the new astrological year. We're having, we've had the spring equinox. We're experiencing spring. Obviously, it depends where you are in the world, and also with the sun being in Aries and a fellow fire signs, I feel like this particular season is going to be really quite beneficial for you as well. We have April. Holy F, guys. Okay. Well, I do believe in the matter of the next 10 days or so, we're going to be in April, in the next week, what have you. So Aries and potentially Taurus. Season is important here, or placements, but yeah, this is really promising. What's happening? Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Love that. Bottom of the deck, we have happiness. Beautiful. And then we have mountain road. You are on the road to success. And then underneath we have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. So there could have been something that you may have thought for a moment wouldn't come into fruition. But then there's this element of surprise and it actually does come into fruition, right? Maybe not necessarily in a way that you were expecting something to come through. So taking away expectations and assumptions how something is going to work out. But regardless, a wish is being granted. So just carry on with whatever it is that you're doing right now, because you're on the path to success, and to be feeling overall a lot more content with a situation that you've got going on, or whatever you're going to be led into, I just heard, right? So very intrigued to find out. Wow. Sagittarius, look at this, the sun, and then we have the sun as the first card coming through. Okay. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Leo energy could be important here. Leo placements. You know, Leo season. So spring. I'm picking up on summer as well. And then the King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah, maybe even Aries, Taurus season. That's what's picking up with April. So yeah, things are looking pretty good, guys. Looking pretty bright. There may be some very fortunate news making its way to you in April. 444 just came up on my timer. So maybe like the 4th of April, 14th as well. I just got told that. And with the accumulation of 22, that makes it a 4. So 22nd of April, I do believe that's also the beginning, or around about the beginning of Taurus season. Okay. Wow. So definitely something about this next month or so is being highlighted in particular. Okay, what's going on here? King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Wow. I didn't realise there were 3 cards here. We have the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the 10 of Swords. Okay. With the Moon, Pisces energy. Okay, 3 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, more water coming through, and Page of Cups, more water with the Wheel of Fortune. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius coming into play. Yeah, so I'm picking up on masculine and feminine energy. There's a sense of balance within you. I feel like there's balance that's happening around you as well. I'm picking up on intuition is being highlighted, potentially spirituality. Could be something of interest in regards to your career, or you're receiving signs and synchronicities in your dream state to let you know of what to potentially do next, maybe. So there could be a sense of interpreting certain messages here. Something about nighttime is significant, to do with receiving maybe communication from someone. This could be somebody from afar. I'm picking up on the energy that it's day where you are and night where they are, or night where you are and day where they are. Like, I'm picking up on something to do with a different time zone, different countries or different areas of the world where there is definitely a few hours in between, whether that's particularly distance to travel to see someone, or whether you're communicating potentially online or through email or messages. That could be an important message for someone. But you've definitely felt kind of stuck for a while. You may have if I can talk, sorry, Mercury retrograde is in full effect here, guys. You may have been feeling quite emotionally vulnerable whilst dealing with a particular predicament that you found yourself in. Could be related to your career. You may have had to end of something in order to start something new, but it's not quite, I'm hearing hitting the spot. It's not quite doing it for you, but it's more of a potential gosh, if I can talk, stopgap kind of energy, okay? Until something that you're genuinely wanting is coming through, but you're in the dark about this. So I feel like you're waiting on important conversation with someone, correspondence to do with your career, and this person may be at a distance, okay? What is going on for Sagittarius, please and thank you? This is the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. What is going on? Why is the King of Cups here, please? Wow, the Fool. Aries energy. I mean, we're currently in Aries season. So synchronistic. What else is going on here? Wow. The Wheel of Fortune again. Okay, so there are some fated events taking place. I mean, we have 10-10. So there's a cycle closing and a new one beginning. I feel that as of right now, during this eclipse season, until we have the solar eclipse in Aries on the 29th of March, before we get into April, there's this karmic kind of reset taking place. So whatever is meant to be leaving our lives that isn't resonating with us, whether that's people, places, things, jobs, that just is all kind of being released and let go of. Yeah, it's an end to all of that. Look at that with the Ten of Swords. So I feel like this is what this is representing over here, okay? So I'm hearing the worst of it is over and you're about to have a new beginning with that Queen of Swords, because she's carrying of the Ace of Swords. So something is happening and unfolding quicker than you're expecting it to, because the Swords energy is very fast, like the Wands energy compared to the Pentacles and the Cups. So something is picking up speed for you, right? But what's going on for the King of Cups? Yeah, definitely picking up speed. You are receiving some sort of information about your career with the, wow, I nearly said Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which is interesting. So you may resonate as a feminine, but I'm reading energy rather than gender or sex, and we all have masculine, feminine energy within us. You've been waiting for news to do with something that could be quite life-changing. With that Four of Cups and the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Once whatever this comes in, it's like all systems go. You're going to have a lot on your plate to deal with. I am picking up on a little bit of rushing around, making sure that you have certain things in order, certain things situated here. I'm hearing in preparation for something that's happening later on in the year that could be life-changing, okay? Yeah, with the Ten of Cups. Something changing within your home environment, or maybe you're moving on from home, selling a home, buying a home, or potentially moving overseas, or there's something to do with living elsewhere. Okay. I feel a lot of you have put in for something to do with a job interview, or you're hoping that there's some sort of vacancy that comes up so that you can apply for a specific job. And this would genuinely make you very happy if you were considered for this, or you actually got the job for this, like, because it would mean that you've attained of something that has been a wish fulfillment for you. Okay. But the tables are turning in your favour. This is really quite wonderful. What else is going on here? What's the Queen of Swords about, please, and thank you. We have the Moon coming through again. The Nine of Swords. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's you with the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Do you know what I'm picking up on? I'm picking up on the fact that some of you are actually more concerned about somebody else if you were to be accepting of something, rather than you necessarily worrying about how you're going to be in regards to whatever this is and how you're going to cope and deal with it. I feel like you know within yourself that whatever is coming through for you is right for you, but there's something about others around you that may not necessarily be too accepting of this particular change, or fearful about what's going to unfold for you, not because of necessarily anything harmful coming towards you, but it's going to be very different for them, because there's a sense of, especially if you've been around this particular individual, these individuals for a certain amount of time, they may feel a little bit of a loss without you. I am picking up on a little codependency, I'm not gonna lie, okay? You know, as a possibility, like, there is a sense of holding on here. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Two of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. Especially if there's some sort of practical or convenient or financial implications as to somebody left a little bit out of joint here because of a decision that you're making. For instance, if you're living with somebody and it's like you're not living there anymore, so they're not receiving the money you would pay them for rent or to contribute to certain bills, and so therefore they're not going to have what they usually have to be able to cover the cost of everything. So there is a little bit of trepidation about that unfolding and how things are going to be for them. So they're a bit fearful about this. Okay, what else for the Ten of Swords, please? Ace of Cups and the High Priestess. Well, you intuitively know that whatever is unfolding for you is your fresh start, is your new beginning, and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness here, okay, after so much that you've dealt with from the past, because you haven't had it easy. I feel like whatever is coming up for you is genuinely going to be filling you up with so much joy. And I'm hearing you really deserve whatever this is. You really do. One more. Queen of Wands. Wow, I was picking up on that Queen of Wands energy earlier, and now we have a true pair on the table. And then we just saw the Two of Cups a moment ago. Some of you with this new, maybe this new job position, or if you're relocating elsewhere, or if you are someone that's self-employed and you're wanting to move out of a particular area and go somewhere else, You may find love in this area, or potentially there could be something where you and someone romantically get together and then work on your connection, but also work on maybe a business or start projects together or what have you. But this is, yeah, there's a lot of balancing going on here. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands. So some of you are actually having new relationships and new connections, or reconciling of certain relationships and connections with individuals here. And this is going to feel really good after a painful chapter in your life where it's definitely been unbalanced to do with certain dynamics in these other connections, if you get what I mean, okay? Just give me a moment, guys. The other messages I'm picking up on is there's a possibility here that there could be something legal that has taken its toll on you, or someone close to you, or someone associated to you, right? And I genuinely feel that with all of this going on in the background, it has really cast this massive shadow with whatever you've got going on as of currently. So you may have not been enjoying it as much with what you're dealing with because you have this hanging over you, or there's the fear of something not closing out soon enough before embarking on this new thing, right? And worrying how that's going to impact your brand new beginning that you're wanting for yourself. I genuinely feel all in all that this is actually going to complete before you have your whole new beginning, your fresh chapter in your life with whatever you're wanting. And you're not going to have this hanging over it, but there is the sense of concern or worry because maybe you've already dealt with so many delays or setbacks or obstacles to do with whatever this is, and dates have been pushed back. And so therefore it's like you just want it done and over with, and it hasn't been done and over with as of yet. It keeps on getting delayed. But I feel like there is this sense of finality to whatever this is happening first before there is this energy of you taking off somewhere, whether that's literally because you're flying somewhere to take on a new job role, whether that is internationally or domestically or what have you. But I'm getting an energy of something being completed first and foremost before you set off, I'm hearing, onto your new destination for some of you, right? If that means quite literally, or you're just going to be in a completely different space emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually even, right? I do believe that there is someone romantic, okay, who is coming through, and I'm hearing, let's talk it out. So somebody wants to talk things out with you, right? They have had a lot of concern to do with this connection, right? I feel like all in all, if you and them have not been talking, it's because they're very well aware that they have probably hurt you at some point or a few points in the past, okay? And this was a lot to work through on your end, okay? And I feel like this person has actually been doing work on themselves as well. They have addressed certain things that they certainly didn't want to address, but I feel like to a certain degree, or I'm getting I felt, so I'm channeling. I felt I couldn't avoid how I was feeling anymore, and so therefore I had to take a further look or dive in deeper as to why I was saying the things I was, or was behaving the way that I was, interacting with you or others the way that I was. like looking into their shadow, addressing of their ego, addressing of certain trauma or wounds from their past, or why they, you know, cut a connection off with you or went no contact, or why they sabotaged this connection. Because I feel like somebody is now fully aware of their part to play in regards to this. But they've also hurt themselves by doing the things that they have. I feel like they hadn't ever had the intention to hurt you, but you most definitely got caught in the crossfire or got hurt along the way as well. And I'm hearing they really want to make amends, and they want to apologise, and they want to work things out, and they feel this connection with you on this much deeper level than they've ever experienced before, or in comparison to other connections that they've dealt with. This is just like, I'm hearing otherworldly to them, right? And they know that there is something significant about this connection with you that they want to actually explore, and they're hoping that it's not too late to work on this. If you and this person, right, you know, just had a really hard time with communicating, or there was a bit of avoidance to do with this, or a lot of anxiety, but I'm not getting necessarily like anything too like toxic between the two of you, but you just not necessarily at the same place, you know, the same wavelength with what it is that you were wanting in regards to, I'm hearing this connection. Not because of taking of anything personally, that they didn't want of anything with you. I feel like this person may have needed to mature a little bit, as an understatement. And they recognise and see of that now. So I feel like this person is wanting to have quite a frank conversation with you and put themselves out there. And this feels very odd for them. Like, this is not someone that would kind of delve on deep into their emotions and express themselves in such a way. I'm picking up on potentially Mercury and Pisces for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, Mercury is the planet of communication, and we have Pisces coming through with that moon. And Mercury is to do with, you know, communication, which is swords, right? The throat chakra. So I'm picking up on that, right? So I feel like something is happening to do with their throat chakra, to open up and express to you and basically say, look, I've been here, there and everywhere and feeling all over the place, feeling a bit lost. I don't know why I did what I did. I felt confused. I did feel in the dark about certain things, but now it's become evidently clear to me as we've had this time apart. And this person has realised what it is that they're wanting and what they don't want. And what they want is basically to be all in with you, right? But they've kept their feelings for you a secret. But you already intuitively know and feel that this person is feeling the way that they are for you, because, you know, you're connected to this person on a very deep level. So this person is actually wanting to come through and honour you and this connection, you know, put the crown on your head, right? They're wanting to showcase this sense of respect towards you. They have a lot of respect for you, especially if you've been someone that's not tolerated any of their BS whatsoever, and you've put firm boundaries in place, and you've not kind of succumbed to doing of certain things or what have you with them. Because this person may have been somebody that used to get their way a lot, but you didn't let them have their way. And I feel like they may have been pretty humbled by that. Maybe even challenged by that. And they may even be a little bit intimidated by you. I don't feel like you've necessarily done of anything to purposely intimidate this person, but it's just the way you carry yourself, the way that you assert of yourself, the way that you showcase a sense of, I'm hearing grace, right? But you're definitely not someone that's going to tolerate any ish whatsoever, right? And they know of that. I feel like this person is wanting to commit, right? They are. And they will be loyal, they will be faithful, and, you know, this person and yourself, I'm getting like a potential power couple vibe. Like some of you could be dealing with a fellow fire sign, or both have a lot of fire in your chart, right? But what I'm getting is that you both are very focused individuals on your own thing, and like to do of your own thing and have of your own space. And so therefore, like, you both would want to be in a commitment with each other and take things to the next stage. And however, you know, further you want to both take it with each other, obviously it's up to you. But you don't want to be, both of you, compromising or feeling like you're compromising on your career or your goals or your projects or what have you, and kind of potentially feel like you're losing your identity or losing yourself in your relationship with each other, because that could have been something that happened in the past where you both may have overgiven in relationships in the past, both been very generous, but then lost aspects of yourself and then felt like you're not even sure what you're doing with yourself anymore, like, and you're having to go on this particular path of finding out or relearning what it is that you're all about and what it is that you love to do and who you are as an individual, and etc., right? And I don't feel like with you getting together there would be that happening again where you know, would be too much into one and not enough of the other. I feel like there would be more of a balance, and that you can still be two independent people, but having a connection that's healthy, that's not codependent or clingy, right? So, because you both like your freedom, you both want the sense of being able to do of your own thing, but still being connected and supported with each other. And I feel like that's something that could work out really well. Especially if you've both have been in positions where you felt like, well, I don't really want to choose between my career and my love life. Some of you have been choosing more of your career than your love life, or feel that if you were to start a relationship that one's going to kind of suffer and the other one's going to be okay, or vice versa. I don't feel like that's it. But that's something that you may have come up against in the past, okay? I just feel that if you both were open and honest with each other and talked, that you would be able to come up with any, you know, solutions to what it was that you were feeling, and not necessarily need to feel fearful or fretting over what the other person is potentially going to say. Because I feel that as long as you're, you know, honest with yourselves, you carry yourselves with integrity, and you talk, you know, you talk it out, like, there shouldn't really be of anything that you guys can worry about. I feel like you would be able to resolve things and transform the situation. I feel like you would show each other a lot of compassion and empathy and understanding, and really see of each other's point of view. Especially if there's been any hurdles between you and this person, it's important to let each other speak and just voice whatever it's been you've been feeling without the sense of judgment or criticism, and just hear the other person out. There's always two sides to a story. It's so easy to jump to conclusions, right? And to assumptions without necessarily having of all the information. So it's important that all the cards are out on the table so you know exactly where you're at with each other. And then there can be this sense of this release of this weight that you and this person have been carrying, and have that relief, because it's like, now we've discussed of whatever this is and it's out there, and now we can kind of look to the future and not have to kind of turn back on the past or dig up certain things from the past or regurgitate the same conversation over and over again, but in different ways, and trying to get to a point and what have you. If you get what I mean, right? Obviously I've kind of talked a lot about love, and I really didn't want to, but it is coming up for a reason. So take it as it resonates, guys. The other message I'm hearing is that there may be somebody that you used to work with or you work with, okay, and they're not necessarily having the best of times. and they're wanting to talk to you, wanting to confide in you. But I feel like you're not in this environment with this person anymore. Like you may have gone off in another direction elsewhere, but they're still in contact with you and they're wanting to voice out certain things. They're wondering whether you'd be open to listen to what it is that they've got to say or how they've been feeling, you know, and for you to be like a shoulder to cry on and etc. And I get that you want to be there, obviously, for this person, but at the same time, it's difficult because they're bringing up all the stuff from the situation that was previous for you, whereas like if there was like office drama or, you know, certain conflicts or arguments or chaos or pettiness, whatever, to do with another workplace that they're still at and you're not, it's difficult because it's like you're just wanting to close the door on that and not have it brought up and carry on. But this person feels like you are someone that they could actually wholeheartedly talk to about this, and may feel like either outnumbered because they haven't got very many others around them that are kind of supporting of them, so they feel a little bit isolated. Either that, or they're kind of you know, got others to talk to, but it's the sense of they're not just going to get it because they don't work with this person, so they don't know of these people, you know, of first hand, and you do, so maybe that's why they want to talk to you. But I feel like you're not wanting of anything to do with it. You're firmly closing the door to do with this, but having difficulty relaying certain truths to this person. Look, obviously, I don't mind. I'm there. I'm a loyal friend of yours and I care about you and I want you to be okay, etc. But I can't consistently be digging into the past of, I don't really care too much about what's going on with so-and-so and how they're saying things about me or whatever gossip or lies that they're spreading about me. I really couldn't give an ish. That's what I'm hearing somebody say. But, you know, there is, for some reason, it keeps coming up. But somebody's just like, look, I'm totally over it. Okay. What else? Some of you, if you're self-employed, you have had a really difficult time to do with your business. If you are already quite established here, there's been a lot of work to do with your mindset in regards to this. Maybe you've been relatively stuck in some sort of way and carrying on in a certain way. And it's like you've been yearning and wanting and desiring of these particular changes, and you're kind of excited to implement them. But then at the same time, you may have been a bit unsure about which direction to take with making these changes. But I feel like there's been a reason for the kind of brain fog I'm hearing a lot that's been happening astrologically and energetically. So therefore, it's like important that whatever has been coming up in your head that you feel inspired or motivated to pursue or do, it's like put that in the back of your mind, right? And kind of reevaluate certain things and then implement the certain changes. I'm hearing, especially after the eclipse season, things will clear up a lot easier after the eclipse season, but you may have been kind of guided to rest more, to recharge, but you have been overly stressing about it because maybe you felt like you've needed things to happen a lot quicker, because you've been feeling like this sense of either deadlines that are coming up for you, or there's something maybe to do with your finances, because we haven't got very many pentacles on the table at all. So I feel like that has been something that has been really not ideal. It's definitely giving the vibe of either having to borrow money or paycheck to paycheck, like been struggling here, or you've not been receiving enough pay, or there's been a period of time of where there's been more going out than coming in. And so therefore there's been this pressure that you've been putting on yourself a lot here to come up with these changes. and to implement of these things, but then in the same instance you're feeling burnt out or you're feeling exhausted. It's like a paradoxical thing where it's like, I really am wanting this change, but I have no energy. Or like, I feel like I've got a million ideas, but then I don't know how to start. It's that kind of, you know, it's been difficult to get that sense of balance, and I feel like it's not entirely your fault, actually. I feel like there is a lot happening energetically, astrologically too. So I feel intuitively you know and pick up on that, especially if you're a highly kind of sensitive person and you know you pick up things, then yeah, you are going to be more affected, especially if you've dealt with, you know, ascension symptoms or going through another spiritual awakening or potentially dealing with the dark night of the soul or what have you. You kind of get what I mean, right? And I'm hearing upgrades are significant. So a lot of you, it's like if you're feeling this push and pull, right? Just take action when you feel inspired to take action, and take a rest when you feel like you're needing of a rest, and don't force yourself with anything. It's important. It's important in regards to your overall well-being, okay? And being in that more receptive, feminine, passive energy actually is going to do more benefit for you, more good for you, than rushing around like a headless chicken trying to frantically get certain things done or in place to continue with however things are going for you, even though on some level you know that whatever is going on right now is not working out, it's not right, but yet you're continuing on in this particular way, even though you want change. I know that sounds wordy as hell, guys, but I hope that I am making sense, because I feel like I am. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm making sense to all of you. But I feel like, you know, it's been difficult. I'm definitely getting this kind of paradoxical vibe, for sure, right? But I'm hearing not to fret, not to worry. A lot of you are going through, I'm hearing these potential upgrades or these activations, etc. in your dream state, when you're asleep, when you are napping, when you are resting, right? I'm hearing that's where the magic happens. I don't know why that came through, but it did. And I'm hearing it's important that when you do have a break, you do have a chance to rest, that you fully take that, right? Because whatever is unfolding for you, you're going to need all the energy that you can get, all you can muster, before you have this huge change in your life. Because there is something quite monumental that's unfolding for you, okay? What else here? Some of you are going to be, I know it sounds thingy, but you may be quite lucky, okay? There could be something that's just naturally working in your favour. You know, it's like the stars aligning type of thing. Wow, look at that relocation at the bottom of the deck. See, some of you are not even expecting to move like you've wanted to. But then it's like, I'm hearing being prepared, being ready to be ready. So it's important, maybe needing to declutter. Maybe you're needing to do a spring cleaning. Maybe you need to give some things away to the charity shop or chuck them away. Maybe you're needing to go through like your devices and delete old images or videos or your contacts even, or go through your social media and get rid of old things and go through your emails and like completely, I'm hearing debunk, declutter. I'm hearing clear out. That's what I was trying to say. Clear out, right? Everything. That's what you're needing to do. That's what I'm hearing you're needing to do. Because some of you may not even be fully aware that you're relocating. Like it's kept hidden in the dark from you, but you've intuitively sensed that it's going to happen for you at some point. You don't know when. You don't know where you're going or how it's going to come about, but you keep on receiving messages that you're going to be on the move. and that it could be relating to you being in a completely different physical location. So it's a sense of like doing all of these things, like packing up the boxes, organizing all the stuff and doing all of that so that you're ready. Because once whatever this comes in, you're not going to have much of a turnaround time until you're having to be, I'm hearing, off and out with whatever this is. Wow, multi-millionaire. I mean, we do have jackpot, we do have windfall energy coming through with that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so there may be a lump sum of money that is making its way to you, whether you win that potentially legally, whether it's something that's owed to you in regards to an inheritance, or whether it's something that you win through a jackpot, or whether it's something that comes through your business, or whether it's to do with something that you've invested in, all sorts of things. But you are somebody who is meant to be very successful in this lifetime, okay? Very successful. Right, what else have we got here? Rich AF, okay? I'm going to have to really be careful with my words here. But, oh my goodness. So we're going from this energy whereby there hasn't been very many pentacles, right? It's definitely been up and down, and more down than up, right? To all of a sudden, it's like this kind of rags to riches story, this sense of like a Cinderella moment, right? This is unbelievable. Last is now going to be first. Yeah, so you're about to be at the front of the queue, and you're definitely relocating for some of you, okay? New job. Relocating because of a new job. Wow. Anyway, guys, look, let's look into the angel answers. So many different messages coming through. Just take me who resonates and leave the rest. But 1010 is coming through. 111, 1111. What else? 999 is significant. What can we get here from the angel answers, please and thank you? Don't stop. Yeah, so continue on the path that you are, okay? And look, within the next few weeks, you're going to get information or communication coming in the next few weeks, or messages that are important here. Or there's this improvement in the next few weeks, okay? I'm hearing a year from now, you're going to be in a completely different space than where you are currently. Like night and day, that's what I'm hearing. So it's going to be so different, okay, from what you've ever had before. I just heard abundance, absolutely. You've definitely not felt abundant, but a year from now, it's like you're going to be receiving of everything that you could possibly desire to a certain extent, right? And then some. I know that sounds weird wording. Big happy changes at the bottom of the deck. 44 minutes and 14 seconds just come up on my timer. And improving health. If you had issues with your health, that's also improving as well. Okay, breaking up the deck, no need to worry. Especially, I don't know why, but if you've been dealing with potentially back issues, that's going to be improving. But anyway, guys, bear with me. 44 minutes and 44 seconds now come up on my timer. It's Mercury retrograde. Obviously, can be a little bit hit and miss with trying to communicate, but I hope that I was able to get the messages out to you. There was a wide variety of messages, so only take what you feel resonates and leave the rest. But that will be the end of the read, so I hope that there has been something in here. If you wish to support myself and the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other option is Super Thanks, which is listed underneath this video. So thank you so much to those of you who've already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys in those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Please hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content made available on the channel. And please feel free to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node placements in the other zodiac signs to gain more insight into your timeless tarot messages. But sending love and light your way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Bye guys.